Hi everybody, I am Miss Adams. I'm the kindergarten through 5th grade art teacher at John Muir and Woodridge for Portage Community School District. So if you don't know who I am, welcome. And if you do, friends, I miss you. And I can't wait to see you guys again. But today we are going to start by working on sketchbooks with supplies you can make around your house. So I have made a sketchbook here. You're going to see me how to make this one, and then I'm going to show you, if you don't have the supplies, what other alternative supplies you can use to make your sketchbook. If you're looking for things to put in your sketchbook, you're absolutely welcome to follow me at Miss Adams Art Room on Instagram, so that you can see some other art that we can make and put in our sketchbooks, or other art we can make just to make art because it's fun. Alright. To make your sketchbook, you can go lots of different directions. You can start by the simplest way, which is just taking regular computer printer paper and just folding it in half and making a book this way. You don't have to staple it if you don't want to. You don't have to join it together. This could be the very simplest way to make a sketchbook. If you wanted to give yours a special cover, you could do something like taking an old cardboard box. So this was pastaroni that I had for dinner the other night. I just cut the bottoms off. So I opened it all the way up and then I cut the bottoms off and I sliced it up. And I'm folding it inside out. And that's actually just about the right size. I know it's a little bit big, but I could always trim that off if I wanted to. If you want to join it together, I want you to ask a grown-up to help you poke holes in this. So this is just a seam ripper, but it's very sharp, so I don't want you to hurt yourself. So I want you to ask a grown-up to help you poke holes in it. And then you can use some yarn and thread through the holes, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So I'm going to fast forward and have all my holes poked, and then I'll show you how to join it together. But please, anything sharp, have a grown-up help you with it. Alright, now I've got the holes poked all the way through. It's poked through the paper and through the cardboard. And I can take a piece of yarn or any kind of string you might have. It might even be dental floss. And I'm going to take a little piece of tape, and this is just Scotch tape. You can use masking tape or duct tape or anything. If you even have a yarn gauge needle, you can use that too and not even use the tape. What I'm doing is I'm wrapping it around the end, kind of like a shoestring. Oh, you could even use a shoestring. It already has that on the end. And I'm going to turn that into just a needle so it doesn't unravel. And then I can sew this through all the way to join the holes. When I pull it though, I want to make sure that I don't pull it too far. Okay, and I can actually use this tail as a bookmark if I have too much later. So I like to go from the bottom up and then top down. Up. Okay. And then it's actually really helpful if you go the other direction too. So then you can finish up the line just to make sure it's nice and enforced and doesn't fall apart. Okay. But again, this is just optional. You don't even have to do this part. You can just fold your paper and go to town if you want. Well, don't really go to town. We're quarantined, but finish that off. And I can tie it off just by like just tying a regular shoe. So I can crisscross, tuck it in, and then crisscross again, and then double knot. And if I want to, I can cut these tails off, but I don't have to. I can actually use that as a bookmark. So maybe I'm on this page here, and I want to save where I am. I can bring my strings up through the middle and save my page. Now I'm going to show you a couple ways you can decorate your cover. And again, if you did this on your cardboard or if you just left the front page of your book as the cover, that's fine. You can even just put your name on it and it's done. These are just some extra fun things if you want to do some extra fun things. So I have some Crayola watercolors. You might have watercolors that look like this. Your watercolors might look a little bit different. You might not even have watercolors at all. So again, this is just extra and for funsies. So I have to get my brush wet, I can wake up my watercolor paint. I can just add fun color splotches. I'm not making a picture of anything. I'm just adding color on here. I can add other colors, remembering my neighbor colors so that I don't end up with colors that I don't want. Sometimes I don't really want brown. Now this little green is not showing up very well on here, and it's probably just because of the color of the cardboard, but that would show up really nicely on the white paper. So this is actually more of a greenish yellow. The camera's showing it as just regular yellow. Okay. Something else that you might be able to do, now I haven't tested this out on this particular type of surface, but you can, if you have just regular, these are Crayola markers, you could use Dollar Tree markers, you could use the Crazy Art brand, but these are usually water soluble, meaning you could turn them into watercolors simply by coloring and adding water to them, and they will mix and spread similarly to watercolors, and that's a really fun thing that you could do. Again, remembering which colors blend nicely together and which colors maybe you want to avoid putting next to each other. So I know that we think that are opposite colors, so orange and blue would probably not be great to put right next to each other. So those actually look the same. That was orange. Just start blending them together. And after you've decorated your cover, you can use a Sharpie to write your name on it or a pencil, but I would make sure this dries before you go ahead and do that. So I want you to enjoy making your sketchbooks, and I will show you some other options if you don't have the materials I've showed you. So I finished decorating my sketchbook cover, and now I can just go ahead and start making art. Some alternatives, if you don't have these supplies, you can use pretty much anything to make art. So I have old newspapers. These are the ones that come free in the mailbox. A lot of times they're shopping ads. There's old mail. Again, it has to be mail that your parents are done with, and you probably want to cover up their information, their credit cards and stuff like that. But this is just old mail telling me how to recycle, but it's from 2018, so I definitely don't need that anymore. You can use a notebook that you have that you don't need the notes in. This one is empty, but you could use one that has already had the notes written in it. You can color right over the lines. The lines don't make a difference. You can even take an old book that you don't use anymore, or maybe it's missing some pages, but make sure it's okay with your parents about whatever book you choose, and you can cover it up. I covered mine up with fabric and glue. I decorated the inside, put my name inside of it, and then you can just start making art right over top of the pages that are already in there. Sometimes you get little leftover spots on there, and that's really fun too. So you can make a sketchbook out of really anything that you have around your house. So I've gone ahead and done a couple of my sketchbook assignments already. So I've added one into this sketchbook. This is the 5th grade sketchbook assignment. Sorry, let me see if I can hold it right side up. Where it's the long ship, the Norwegian long ship. And I've done this on a paper that you're going to learn about in the next art lesson. We're going to learn how to make marble paper. So I've done it on pre-arted paper. You can always use that as your paper. And what I did to get it into my sketchbook, I didn't tie this very tight, so I actually untied it and unsewed it and added it right in. You don't have to do that. You can glue it in, you can tuck it in, it's whatever you want to do. Or you could have drawn yours directly on one of the pages in your sketchbook. So that's the 5th grade lesson, so you'll look for the link for that. And then in my other book, I've done the kindergarten lesson and the kindergarten through 2nd grade lesson and the 3rd and 4th grade lesson. So on here, this is the 3rd and 4th grade lesson. You're going to draw this toucan. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how my camera works, so we're still pretty new at this. And then I've done on this other page, this is the kindergarten through 2nd grade lesson with the little polar bear and the cute little landscape. And I've used alternative supplies. I used oil pastels. You can use crayons.
You can use markers, you can use whatever art supplies you have. I want you to make that work however it works out best for you. So same with this one. I had already pre-painted the paper. You had seen it earlier in the video, and then I drew right on top of that. So that's how that works when you're drawing on pre-arted papers. All right, everybody, good luck and have fun.